want to know why the auditors recommended this.
Honorable Chair, this advance was given to them purposely for rent, to pay for their rent. And it is not because they were not receiving salaries. And that informed our recommendation that once you are supposed to pay back within a stipulated time and you were not able to do so, then we ask you to refund with interest. However, we are before the committee, and I think that you have the powers either to uphold our recommendation or otherwise. Thank you.
Sir, Northern Development Authority, you said these were for salaries, but the auditor is telling you that these are not for salaries and that these were for accommodation, rent.
No, but the heading itself says on request.
The heading captures the salary advances. So
Let's give it to you.
Okay. Yeah, they need to pay with interest.
Mr. Chair,
Let's
to be fair,
yes.
the heading says salaries. The auditors are saying rent.
Yes.
The auditors authored this report.
Yes.
To be fair to the gentleman there,
Yes.
the auditors should come back
But
and help us reconcile this.
auditors, you go back to find out if it's rent or if it's part of salaries. And what they are saying is it's part of rent and not necessarily salaries. If it's rent, they will pay interest on it. If it's salaries, they will not pay any interest on it.
Honorable Chair, it was a...
How many chair people do we want to have? Okay, let's move on.
Mr. Chairman.
The next paragraph is on
Mr.
paragraph.
Chairman, please let's end on a sound note. Right now, because they were not being paid, that's why they gave them salary advance to pay rent. And now that their rents are going to be computed and paid to them. So if we are charging them interest on that, I don't think we're being fair.
Honorable member.
So I'm pleading with you that I'm pleading to the leadership of the committee that they should pay this money, but we should waive the interest aspect of it. Since the committee has
Honorable member, that's why I asked the auditors. They need to find out if this is rent or just salary. If it's rent payment, then the interest will stand. If it's not rent payment but it's part of salary, then there shouldn't be any interest on salaries. The next infraction is on paragraph 2143. And Honorable Akwesi Kunedu will handle that one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this has to do with the receivables of Northern Development Authority. And the auditors, in going through the receivable books, found that there are 14 clients who owed in excess of 82 million Ghana cedis. And they recommend that you recover these amounts. The accountant lead the recovery of these amounts from the debtors. Has any recovery been made from the 82 million Ghana cedis?
no, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So what efforts have you put in to recover some of these amounts? 82 million. And you see, if you look at the infractions, if you look at the table there, you have point 3, number 3. It has to do with a fixed deposit with man capital. And if you look at point 5, it also has to do with +1 investment. And I'm sure that one to be an investment that the NDA did. By your own self, have you confirmed these figures to be true as the auditors have put here?
These are long-standing receivables. In fact, some of them are over 10 years and over. So there has been several attempts to recover them, which has not been successful. So I think the man capital one is something that we are working on. That they have promised. We have started the process, and they have agreed that they will give us some 200,000, and then this within the next few this document we are being processing for. So they have been paying that one also in bits. So I think that but many of them, we just think that they are just, even the documentations now to find them are quite difficult. Like you see the one, Minister of Finance, Minister of Education, and others. The documentations are not really available now for us.
You said the documentations to establish these are difficult. How did you establish that some of these are 10 years? And even how did the auditors get to find that these are the figures on your receivable books? Yes, I would agree that probably you might say some of them are 10 years. You find Azontaba here, you find Agric Inputs here, you have tractor debtors here, and other receivables, sales of maize, unique savannah. But if you tell me Ministry of Roads and Highways, Education, Finance and Economic Planning, these ones, you can't recover these ones.
They are also that old, and it's been difficult to recover. Yes, I think like they were used to implement projects in the north and paid for by the Ministry of Finance using NDA money. So in a way, projects were executed and paid for. So, but at that time, the understanding was that Ministry of Finance was loaning the money from the other thing. So if you take the Ministry of Finance one, it is probably the oldest debt standing here on these documents.
So it means that you have documentations to it. So can you recount that it's difficult finding documentations to these? It is just that you've put in no effort to recover. You find them as, oh, the Ministry of Roads, these are government institutions to government institutions. Because if you tell me that you can recall that they were used to implement projects and NDA money was used to pay, it means you have proper documentations to it.
No, you know, as I said, these are over 10 years, and many CEOs and things have come. You can hear the narrative, the story about it, but you cannot directly find the documentations which are attributable to them.
So it means you are not going to put in any effort to recover. Because you've told me that ages of CEOs have come and they did not recover, so it means you're also not going to recover.
That is not. I think that, the reality of the situation must be placed here for the understanding. If we are able to trace the documents, otherwise we may ask that if you can help, then we find a way to resolve this issue. But it's quite a challenge for me going forward. Okay.
So, sir, I'll be grateful if you can furnish us with an age analysis of the debts. And then based on that, we can use it to retrieve or make that connection where it will help us to retrieve the money. So if you can have an age analysis of the debts, and then maybe we will take it up from there.
I'm very grateful for this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And auditors, I'm sure you saw something about that, right? Age analysis documents on these.
Yes, Honorable Chair. So they will be part of our working papers.
Okay, so if we can get copies of that, that will help us decide what to write off and what to go. Because I'm curious to find out, Minister of Finance and Economic Planning owes you 1.9 million. How long has it been that they've owed you this amount?
I think that one is almost from 2012.
From 2012?
Yes.
Hey, so that was... All right. So get us those analysis, and then I will see what to go on with it. The next infraction is on.
Mr.
Yes, sir, Honorable Eden.
Mr. Chairman, just for clarity, I want to find out. I keep hearing 10 years, 10 years. When was the Northern Development Authority established?
It was originally operating under SADA, repealed, and a new act established.
Okay.
And all assets and liabilities were transferred to NDA.
Okay, so we are the debts you are talking about started from SADA.
On this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The next infraction is on paragraph 2146, and that will be Honorable Nana Oseeche.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Director, this one is on 480. Non-remittance of withheld taxes, 103,654 Ghana cedis. Section 117 of the Income Tax Act 2015, Act 896 states that 1171 states that a withholding agent shall pay to the Commissioner General within 15 days after the end of each calendar month a tax that has been withheld in accordance with this division during the month. The auditors noted that a total amount of 103,654.68 was withheld in taxes on payments to staff and other beneficiaries for various activities without remitting same to the tax authority. The auditors recommended that the Chief Executive Officer should ensure that the accountant remits the total tax to the Commissioner General, GRA, without delay, and any penalty arising should be personally borne by the Chief Executive Officer and the accountant. Your management response was that management has taken note of the recommendation. I would like also to read to you the same section, Section 1173 of Act 869. It says that a withholding agent who fails to withhold tax in accordance with the division shall pay the tax that should have been withheld in the same manner and at the same time as tax that is withheld. Mr. Chairman, I would like to find out from the Chief Executive Officer and the accountant whether they've done the needful.
Yes, we have done the needful. The taxes were withheld and then paid.
Please, can the auditors confirm?
Honorable Chair, the entire amount of 103,654 has been remitted to the GRA. Thank you.
Wow. Now we have one item discharged properly. Zongo Development Fund, are you here? Okay. Have you been sworn in? Not yet. No, but nothing.
Don't go away.
Nothing development. Don't go away yet. Zongo, please come.
Chief Director, has Council of States joined us now? They are coming. They are just a stone throw, and it's more than 30, 40 minutes since we asked them to come.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Please introduce yourself and the people who came with you.
I'm Moses Nkebi Mills, the Chief Accountant. Thank you.
My name is Osman Ali, Head of Finance.
Arafat Suleiman Abdullah. I'm the one coordinating the IGF.
Before we talk.
Yes, I am Khalid Karim Ishaq, Head of Internal Audit.
Okay. Your infraction
Haruna
is...
Mohammed, Head of Research, Planning, Monitoring, and Evaluation.
Sorry, your infraction is on paragraph 2150. And Deputy Ranking will take care of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I would like to find out from the Chief Accountant, and they're the one in charge of IGF. Is IGF a government money?
Yes, please.
So why did you fail to transfer the account in Momo to the IGF?
Let me answer that. Honorable Chair, we haven't failed to transfer. We have, but it is such that we don't go to one vendor and get all what we want. Sometimes 1,000 cedis, sometimes 2,000. When we get the accumulation, we straight away deposit in the IGF account at the bank. So at the time auditors came, we had deposited 70,000. As we speak, we have done 130. So the progression is evident for auditors to even confirm. So we are paying. We are not like sitting down, not doing anything.
Yeah, I'm not getting the understand because you're in your management position. You earlier mentioned 70,000 was lodged, but the auditor's position still 203,449.6 should be transferred into the fund, IGF bank account.
Yeah, and I'm saying as we speak.
So, yes. What is your position on this?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm a transfer of 70,000 into the IGF account, but just this morning, they have handed over a receipt to us indicating a further transfer of 59,800. So, 139,000 has been 129,000 has been transferred.
So what is the challenge? Why all the funds cannot be transferred to the account? It's the monies you took on Momo.
That was what I explained earlier. The piecemeal collection of the money from vendors. Sometimes you go even 100, you can't get. You move on to the next place. But now we have been told that we could go to our bank. They can link the Momo account to our bank account so that we can easily transfer. Tomorrow we are going to the bank, Ghana Commercial Bank. Yes, but we book an appointment. So we are going there tomorrow. We are linking, and whatever is in the Momo, we'll get to. We didn't know this. It was the first time we are operating the system. So the money was sitting there. We didn't touch as we speak. Now we have been told if we link straight away, the money will go. So have our assurance tomorrow we will do the transfer.
Auditors, on what basis did you raise the 203,449.61? Because if he's saying that they will pay in piecemeal,
yeah.
On what basis did you raise the 203,449.61 if it's not IGF or monies that have already been collected?
Honorable Chair, I'm not sure I got the, because when you check the MOMO numbers that we have here, we see the revenue for each one of them, and then the interest. So put together, you are going to have the 203,000.
No, but they are presenting it to us as if the money is not there. So as and when, then they put it there. But if the monies are all on the MOMO, then it shouldn't take you. How long did you issue, this report?
So
this report is about 3 months old or 2 months old.
Yes.
So then if you come and tell us that you have now realized that you can do piecemeal, you can do, I don't get it. Because if the monies are on the MOMO account, as has been confirmed by the Auditor General, what stops you from putting it into the IGF account?
Honorable Chair, as I said a while ago, we didn't know this quick technological transfer. We didn't. And the cash was sitting there. It's an accumulation of IGF over a period of time.
If you have been able to put an additional 40, you said 59 or 59,000, what stops you from putting all?
No, that was because we were collecting it together. Like, it was the piecemeal that accumulated to give us that much, which we have deposited.
No, I don't get it. The monies have been established on the MOMO.
Yeah.
That is what the auditors are saying.
Yeah.
So the monies are there. But you keep saying, we are collecting. What are you collecting?
Taken from the vendors, not going to collect from the facility users.
Yes.
So if you go to vendor A, you may not get 1,000. If you go to vendor B, it's like that. That's what I mean by piecemeal. It isn't like the direct transfer from...
Then how did the auditors establish the value?
No, we went and got the, the printout from MTN and gave to them. That this is the money sitting there, it's in the account. But to get it out, we were going step by step from vendor.
So the monies are with the MTN.
It's there in the MTN account, yeah.
So maybe on this note, you have to write, the chief director will have to write to MTN to tell MTN to fully disburse all the monies on the MOMO account to the IGF account. That is a very simple thing for the chief director to do.
They couldn't do that. Can I say that? Honorable Chair, we attempted that. I once went there to tell the manager from where we registered. He said, at that time, they could only do that if it is an individual's account. If it's a company account, like an agency account, they couldn't do that. That is what explanation he gave me.
Respectfully, Chief Director, we are directing you to write to MTN. Tell MTN that the monies they are holding on the MOMO accounts are for government and that they cannot pay the regulations. You cannot keep government money for more than 48 hours or 24 hours, I think. And so they should transfer the monies immediately into the IGF accounts that you provide for them. We can't do otherwise. So respectfully, write to MTN and ask MTN to offload the monies on the various MOMO accounts in the names of Zongo Development Authority to the IGF accounts that you provide for them. Thank you. Chief Director, when will the letter leave your office? This is something that can be done ASAP. Please speak into the mic. Okay, so maybe by close of the week, we should have the monies in the account and the evidence presented to the Auditor General. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. This goes to institutions and organizations. Anytime they feel IGF monies are for the institution and not government money. And then through this medium, we are cautioning them. Every IGF money is a government money. It's a public money. People feel that IGF money is their own institutional money. They can use it at their own will. They can do anything without taking even authorization. All IGF is a public money. It's government of Ghana money. So we are sounding this caution. Thank you very much.
Chief Director. Chief Director, you saw the mess with Northern Development Authority.
Yes, please.
And you gave us some answers, which does not sit well with this committee. And I'm giving you 30 days. Go through these reports. I want you to unravel all the mess at Northern Development Authority. Okay. You send a report to us, Public Accounts Committee, within 30 days.
All right.
You need to exert your authority over there. Let's find out about the issues, who owes what, when they are going to pay. And come on, 82 million that they owe. Okay, so we'll expect the report within 30 days, sir.
Okay.
And those that we need to sanction, you have to let us know, and we'll go after them.
Okay, sir.
All right. Northern Development Authority, you are discharged.
One more.
Yes.
One more.
No, we have Zongo that we haven't gotten to. Yes. And Zongo, next infraction is on paragraph 2155. And, oh, yes.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, this infraction has to do with uncollected staff advances. The auditors observed that 8 former officers of the fund had been granted salary advances totaling 382,300, out of which a total of 307,802 has been paid back, leaving a balance of 74,497.50. The auditor's recommendation was that the chief executive should ensure that the accountant retrieves the 74,000 Ghana cedis. Can you confirm if these amounts has been collected so far?
Chair, so far we have been able to retrieve 17,474.23 with an outstanding balance of 57,023 Ghana cedis, 27 pesos.
Okay. Auditors, can you confirm if an amount of 17,000 has been recovered?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that an amount of 17,474.23 has been recovered. But out of that, there is a 6,000 of the 17,000 that they paid into the operations account, which we have asked that they transfer it into the AG's account for onward transfer into the consolidated fund.
Mr. Accountant, when would this 6,000 be transferred?
Oh, it was mistakenly deposited in the operations account, which we have. It's about when will we transfer? Yes. Oh, in fact, we were trying to, even do it today, but because of this meeting, immediately after that, we have to do that.
When was this collection done? This 17,000. When was that done?
Between June and August.
Okay, so what legal means have you explored so far on retrieving the balance of 50-something thousand?
So far, we have written to all of them demanding the payment. In fact, they proposed the repayment schedule with us, and we agree with them. And in fact,
you explain in your management letter that you are exploring legal means. And I'm asking what legal means you have explored. And you have only indicated that you have written letters. Letters, how long?
The approach was to, first of all, deal with them individually for them to agree with period within which they will be able to settle with us. In fact, can I please give a bit of background of this particular issue so that we can appreciate exactly what has happened?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, what happened was that in the year 2019, when the fund was established, salary were not being paid. So the board approved salary advance for all staff, pending the approval of the salary by Fair Wages and Salary Commission. So, in fact, it took us up to 2021 May, almost about 2 years. So when the salary came, the salary was far below the salary that was being advanced to staff. So I struck out the difference, and the outstanding balance was scheduled for them to pay over a period of time. So these individuals, in fact, the existing staff, they were able to be exhausted because they were there for that to collect based on their monthly salary payment. But these individuals who resigned couldn't be able to pay all before they left. And so we decided that we have to follow them so that they can. That's why we are trying in as much as possible to, let them have give them their schedules so that they could be able to pay. In fact, now we have settled that by 31st December, all of them should be able to clear everything.
Okay, Mr. Accountant, I want to understand you here.
Yes.
There are 8 former staff of the fund. The 17,000 that has been recovered, is it from all 8 or let's say 2 or 3 of the 8?
But 2.
So are the 6 in the country or they have left the country?
Only one that is outside the country. Only one, which is Mubashir, which is 1,028 Ghana cedis. The one right is having the 1,028 Ghana cedis for the The rest are all in Ghana.
Okay, so can you tell us what other legal steps you will take to recover the balance, just as you indicated in your management letter?
Like I said earlier, for legal issue, we have not taken the decision to, take it through legal, but we have, what the approach is, in fact, agree with them to pay them on an installment basis, and they've agreed.
So I'm asking this because in the management response, you have indicated to the auditors that you are going to explore legal means to retrieve the balance. So if you are dealing with letters, letters will go and you might not even get responses.
First of all, let me underscore this very important issue. Like I said earlier, this individual did not actually take the salary advance just because they were taking salary advance, but the salary advance was advanced to them just to take care of their daily bread while the salary is being worked on. And when the salary came, the salary was far below the salary advance. And so it was now necessary for management to take a decision to schedule it for them to pay the remaining balance. So because they left, we don't want to have an issue. We'll have, if it was like you voluntarily took the salary advance, and that score, you will be able to, use punitive measures to ensure that the money is recovered. But this case, it was not their making anyway, and that's why we are, as much as possible, trying to see how we can find ways to be able to recover the money from them. And in fact, they have understood that they will pay. And they are voluntarily giving out their schedule as to when they will pay all the money. And I'm saying that we have, all of us agree with them that this payment will be made before the end of December.
Okay. If possible, can you provide all these agreements with these 6 people to the auditors? So at least the auditors will have something on paper that this is the agreement that has been reached with these 6, and that in the next 2-3 years or in the next 1 year, these balances will be paid. So at least auditors will have something to hold on to. Then next time we are able to deal with the matter.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. It's easier for it because we have some of the documentation even here. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I think we are in your hands now.
Thank you very much, sir. I think that will be all for Zongo. Let me find the Zongo Development Fund. What about Council of State? Is Council of State here? Zongo Development Fund, you are discharged.
The gentleman who sat by you before these people, the one in blue, may I know his name and his designation, please?
Speak into a microphone.
Emmanuel.
The CEO for
Northern Development Authority.
For Northern Development Authority.
Chief Director, what's the name and his designation, please? Please speak into the mic.
I've forgotten the other name. His first name is Emmanuel, but he's the new acting CEO for Northern Development Authority.
Okay. I pray he carries on like this, because clearly he's taking steps to, one, understand the reports, and also he's taking steps to address the infractions. And I like his attitude, and this should be the style of all the CEOs who are coming on board, that if you come to inherit a situation, you don't lament about it, but rather you take steps to see how best you can solve or reduce or minimize the impact of the situation. So the acting CEO of Northern Development Authority, I would like to commend you for that attitude. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, whilst we fill in the time, I want to find out from the Chief Director. Clearly, in spite of all the reasons you may have on how the development authorities were managed, and therefore this challenge of answering to the infractions that have occurred is clearly an indictment. Public funds are at risk. But now, you are the Chief Director, and these come under you. For now, to avert a recurrence of this development, what arrangements do you have in place? What measures are you putting in place that will be deterrent enough that we would not have this recurring and these agencies coming before us the following year? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Our Director Internal Auditor is here, Madam Stella. When I took over, I indicated that all OGM agencies, every quarter there will be a briefing. Not just what you've done, but challenges and others. And my idea was supported by the Deputy Chief of Staff Administration. And we had one session, and getting closer, the bonding and being open to each other, I know some of these occurrences will be minimized. If not totally eliminated, it will be minimized. Previously, we didn't have that opportunity. It was like whether they were even in Tamale or Accra, we didn't know. And they were drawing their strength from Ministry of Finance. I've mentioned this. This time round, once we are, the idea is that every quarter we'll be meeting. We'll get to know some of these issues. And we also want to bring on board, fortunately, this time round, some of the agencies have left OGM. So we have a very sizable decision. And we want to bring all of them under the Office of the President Audit Committee so that these occurrences will not take place again.
Chairman, let me also admonish that
politicians or political appointees should also allow the public and civil servants to work. Let's don't use our powers to do unstructured things and later turn out to blame the civil servants. From the chief director's narrative, it was just somebody who used his influence to say that, do it this way. From, if I listened to him very well, even though they wanted them to be reporting adequately to them, today they are here. We are taking him on when the people who took the decisions, those political exposed persons are probably sitting somewhere. So let's allow them to work. Basically, we tie them too much, and we sort of put some fear in civil servants. When they see the right thing, they are even afraid to talk. You understand? So let's admonish them too. If you are a political, otherwise we'll start bringing them here. Even if you leave office, but we'll call you to come and answer, instead of calling the civil servants to come and be facing this thing. Thank you.
That is why we have our laws governing us. So whether you're a civil servant or a political appointee, the law is the law. And the acting chief director knows the law. So that if you sit and close your eyes or turn your back in the name of, you claim is a political appointee, and you know that what the person is doing is not right and is against the law, and then later you come here to come and announce and say that. Meanwhile, the auditors use the law to come out with their reports. That is not an excuse. When it's wrong, it is wrong, irrespective of who does it. And that is why this committee is here, to examine these reports and find out how best we can bring everybody to book. And so if it means bringing in someone to come and answer for the infractions they have created, we wouldn't, prevent that, irrespective of who you are. But the law is the law, and let's work with the law. The auditors worked with the law, and based on that, they provided us with this report. And so must everybody, whether you're a civil servant or a political appointee, let the law be your guide. The PFM is very, very clear. And so that if you know that the PFM is being flouted and you turn a blind eye on it and later come back to say, yes, I saw it, I knew it, they did it, I don't think that is how we should go. Thank you. Chief Director, Council of State, we are still waiting for them.
Chief Director, if Council of State is not here, we will suspend sitting for 1 hour until they come. So we'll be back. We'll be back at 2. And colleagues, 2 o'clock means we start working at 2. So, is he here now?
Yeah, they are here.
Wow. Can they be sworn in then? Are we still live?
So, I,
Abdullahi Kukatahiro,
Valentine Mayu,
swear by the Almighty God,
swear by the Almighty God,
that the evidence I shall give before this committee,
that the evidence I shall give before this committee,
touching the matter in issue, shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
Gentlemen, you are welcome. Council of State. Gentlemen, did you receive letter from the Chief Director regarding this sitting?
No problem. Please turn off the mic.
Yes, please.
So, why are you late?
Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you. My name is Valentine Mayu, Head of Administration and Human Resource at the Council of State, Secretariat.
My name is Abdullah Ikuka Tahiru, Principal Accountant, Council of State.
Gentlemen, are you aware of the time of reporting for this committee?
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock.
Why are you not here by 10?
Honorable Chairman, we are deeply sorry for our inability to appear.
Give us the reason. Otherwise, you are taking this committee for granted.
Were you aware you were supposed to be at 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you show up at 10 o'clock?
Sir, a new acting executive secretary has been appointed to the Council of State, and I needed to clear some issues with him.
Okay.
Before we
so
appear before
a
the
new
committee.
executive director for Council of State.
Yes, sir.
And then the Parliament of Ghana. Which one would you respond to?
Parliament, sir.
Then why didn't you respond?
We are deeply sorry.
No. Deeply sorry is a different thing altogether. Why didn't you respond? Why did you think that the new executive secretary was more important than Parliament of Ghana?
Sir, we acknowledge that the Executive Secretary to the Council of State is not more important than members of this august committee.
So you have taken this committee for granted. Is that not so?
No, sir.
Now that you are here, let's ask you a few questions. Your infraction is on paragraph 2130 and on end salary. And that will be handled by Honorable Cletus Dipalo.
Thank you, Chairman. Council of State, do you have attendance register for your staff?
Yes, sir.
So, how come that you validated a staff that vacated posts to receive government money?
Sir, the rules are clear regarding the grant of leaves, annual leaves to staff at the Council of State. This particular matter was an exceptional case, a case of exercise of indiscretion on the part of the officers who were supposed to validate officers for the months that these issues occurred. Thank you, sir.
So, can you explain further what you mean by what you said?
Sir, the processes for the grant of leave, there are three key processes. First, an officer is required to complete a form, a leave application form. The second stage, the officer is required to submit the application form to his or her supervisor for a recommendation on whether he or she should be released. The third stage is the recommendation by the supervisor is taken to the executive secretary, who then considers for approval. In this particular instance, the first two were done, but the last stage, which is the approval by the executive secretary, was not done.
This infraction has to do with one Emiled Akono, an assistant director 2B, staff number 747419, who vacated post on the 2nd of January 2024. Yet she was validated and she took government money. How do you...
Sir, as I said earlier, this was an exercise of indiscretion on our part. We failed the state in that regard.
Did you... Okay, you...
Sir, what I said is that this was completely unexpected in view of the fact that we had clear rules of procedure for the grant of leave. And it was an exercise of indiscretion. We didn't act right.
Honorable member, please, if I could take over here. Has the money been retrieved?
Yes, sir.
You've retrieved all the amount?
Yes, sir.
Okay, auditors, could you confirm if the money has been retrieved, please?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that the amount has been recovered.
All right, thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 2133. And
I just want to find out if you have acquitted the 40,000 as stated in the Auditor General's report.
Yes, please.
Auditors, can you confirm?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that.
Thank you very much.
And Council of State, next time when you are aware that you have to come and meet Parliament, that should be your number one thing. You don't want to mess with Parliament. We'll
Thank you very much,
Parliament. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, I just wanted to find out if, based on this experience, he and the establishment has any measures in place to ensure that there's no recurrence of this kind of situation.
Sir, have you put any systems in place to make sure this doesn't reoccur?
Yes, sir.
Like what?
Right now, as soon as you apply for leave, we ensure that you are at post until you are handed a letter granting you leave. Previously, officers would apply, and on the assumption they will be granted leave, they would leave. So this is the measure we have taken. Thank you, sir.
You see, this is a Public Financial Management Act 2016, and this infraction is on 98, and it's part of unearned salaries and the unacquitted payments. If you read it, it will tell you that any person who contravenes Section 1, which I'm not going to take all the time to read, in addition to the penalties specified in the subsection A, liable for any liability contracted on behalf of the government as a result of the contravention and subject to disciplinary action by government, including dismissal, demotion, or suspension. That is when you contravene these. It includes dismissal, demotion, or suspension. So if you are in charge of accounts, make sure you get a copy of the Public Financial Management Act 2016. Anytime there's an amendment, you get that one. Because next time it's going to be either dismissal, demotion, or suspension. Go and sin no more. You are discharged.
Thank you, sir.
Chief Director, you are also discharged. Thank you. Now, colleagues, we are on suspension till 2 o'clock.